Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back. I'm glad we're doing this again. So today we're going to be just meditating. First, starting with a meditation. We're going to meditate on the pink moon, the full moon coming up. So it's the pink full moon in Libra. It's the first full moon of the astrological new year. Also, Passover represents Passover. Um, so we're going to meditate on that and intention setting for the full moon. And then we're going to do a really fun spring oracle spread. It's a 6 card spread and it's sort of going to be like a spring equinox. I'll invite you to follow along. I don't want to give too much away. And if you're not watching live, then just know that the universe brought you here perhaps to have this reading, or take in the energy of these oracle cards and this meditation. So there's a reason you're here, so welcome. I'm just burning some incense, and we're just going to get right into our meditation. So I'll invite you to close your eyes. Just drop in. And just take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then just breathe normally and just focus on the breath. That's all. Observe any sensations. It's important to meditate around the full moon because full moons are very powerful. They're a good way to get rid of the old, welcome in the new, let go. So maybe as you're breathing, just inhale whatever you want to bring into this astrological new year, whatever you want to welcome into spring, into your life. Just exhale whatever you're ready to let go of. It can be the smallest thing or the biggest thing. Just without making up too many stories or judging yourself. Just name it. Just name the in-breath. Name the out-breath. Perhaps you can name the in-breath something like abundance. And the out-breath maybe staleness, fatigue, lack, whatever. Just breathing in that full new moon energy, whatever we want to bring into this new time, this fresh new time, such a beautiful time. And if the mind takes over, just bring yourself back to the breath, the original lifeline. Perhaps observing the sounds in the room, outside of the room. What are we welcoming in this spring? Breathing in that abundance, that new, fresh air and energy. And in your next inhale, perhaps taking another cleansing breath, slowly bringing yourself back to the room, wiggling the fingers and toes. I hope that that helped you just sort of bring some of your energy around the full moon and whatever you want to bring into your life. And you don't need to use the word manifest, it's whatever you want to pray for. Um, but I hope it just gave you a couple moments to just even reflect. Journaling is such an important thing around the full moon. Um, it can really, what I like to do is just write my intentions for the full moon, or my intentions for that next cycle, and put them outside with my crystals when I charge them on the night of the full moon. Just little things, and just trying to live those intentions every day. So whatever that means for you, little rituals can sometimes help in just sort of solidifying those things by writing them down. There's so much power in that. So the full moon in Libra. The full moon in Libra. So the Libra is the scale. It's an air sign, fixed air sign. So the sign's closely tied to balance, of course, fairness, justice. So full moons in Libra can be like pivotal moments for just creating more balance in your life, and just sort of taking stock of, okay, where do I need to sort of balance things out? Am I going too far into my spiritual practice and not, putting enough energy into, the my relationships, or what have you, where you find balance and harmony. And they're also, for me, I'm someone that was born on a full moon, so I feel the energy really strongly, and that's not always a good thing. It can be very emotional periods. However, yay, Libra is that cool and intellectual air sign. So the feelings that come up, they might be more detached in more of an intellectual manner. Whereas, Aries season's very fiery, it's very strong. Um, so just, it's really just important to be aware of those things. So like I said, it emphasizes harmony and balance. And then, so some key themes could be moderation, like I said, teamwork, patience. Patience is a big one for me. I'm always working on patience. It's a hard one. And my partner, luckily, is a Libra. So he brings that into my life and sort of reinforces that Libra energy. Um, so yeah, just a lot of contemplation, patience, teamwork. I have some notes here. I'm just gonna, sorry guys, quickly look at them here, because I some important Libra themes that I meditated on and journaled. So I just wanted to read those. Sorry that I'm not prepared, but so it's also called the Paschal moon. And so it's this, it determines the date of Easter. So whenever the full moon is, Easter will be after that. So Passover. Um, so they're for reflection, releasing. These are the words that I wrote: reflection, releasing, forgiveness, connection. Yeah, reflecting on where you can find more balance, channeling more love and kindness, that Libra friendship, social energy. Maybe, putting more, making an effort to meet with a friend once a month or once every 2 weeks, or whatever works for you. So maybe, yeah, focusing on those themes a little bit more as we go in to that full moon. Um, and so the pink moon in particular, so we're at the pink moon, it's centered around romance, love, friendship, and creativity. So things that you can do. One of those here, I have my moon water. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that, but basically you put out spring water, not tap water, no tap water, spring water out the night of the full moon. It's just in a big jar. And the full moon is to charge that water. And so I make room sprays with it. I put a little amethyst in there to charge it as well. And then I put different herbs and stuff. So you can make moon water. You can put moon water in your bath and do a ritual bath. I love baths, so that's a big one for me. Um, You can also work with crystals. So you can make a crystal grid that's really powerful. Rose quartz is a good one. Also, around full moons, I like to use my black tourmaline and smoky quartz just for grounding because I find that I get really emotional around this time. Um, and then there's citrine for abundance. If you are wanting to manifest, a job or some sort of professional or monetary abundance, citrine's always a good one, depending on the full moon. So just some fun little ideas, tips, and tricks. And also, yeah, just put all your crystals outside where the full moon will be is in a safe spot, obviously, and it charges them. So if you get any new ones before the full moon, it's important to put them out before you start working with them. So another thing for the pink moon is, it's all about love. And so focusing on friendships, pets, passions, just new ways to incorporate love into your daily life. Okay. And then, oh yeah, and also if you're into candles, a purple candle is always a good thing to light on a full moon. So remember that. And then just lots of self-care because it can be, especially for us empaths, it can be really overwhelming energy. So lots of baths, just taking care of yourself. Meditation's of course always great. But just remind, even if you don't do any of this, just having the awareness that the full moon is happening, just being aware of your emotions, maybe taking a second before you react or do something impulsive. So yeah. If you guys have any questions about the full moon, please put it in the comments below or feel free to reach out. Okay, so let's get into our Oracle Spring Equinox pull. So basically we're going to be pulling let me double check. Sorry, 5 cards. My apologies. 5 cards. So the first card is going to be is the frozen card. So it's going to be what in my life is stuck under the frozen ice. So what's stuck? What am I stuck? Where am I not moving forward? Okay. Card 2 is the warmth card. So how can I thaw and warm what was stuck? Okay. Card 3 is seed. Which seeds have I planted and have taken root? Okay, so what have we done already to sort of move forward with with whatever's frozen and stuck? How can I, and then sorry, card 4, how can I nurture these seeds? And card 5, where in my life is the greatest potential for growth? It's the growth card, the last card. Okay, so I did this one a couple weeks ago just to practice and do it on myself, and it was really, really powerful. And every card made sense for some reason, which was crazy. So I'll show you the cards. I'm working with the Earth Magic Oracle deck, okay, by Stephen Farmer. Here we have the cards. It's the front of the cards. Beautiful tree. Perfect for spring. Okay, so I'm just going to hold them over my sage here. Just get some energy into them. Pull my crystals a little bit. Bring some down here. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to start shuffling the deck, and I invite you now to put your energy into it, okay? If you want to blow on the screen, just look into it, whatever you want to do to put that energy into it. And I'm going to pull the first card. Okay, what is frozen? What is frozen and needs to thaw? Okay, so we'll ask our guides, or we'll ask God, or we'll ask whatever's inside of us to bring us. What in my life is stuck under the frozen ice, spirits? What in my life is stuck under the frozen ice? What in our lives, what in your life is stuck under the frozen ice? Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull them all now. Okay. So, what in my life is stuck under the frozen ice? Power. The lightning card. Power. Okay. Look at that storm. Power. What does that mean to you? Power. Stuck. Let's read. Lightning. We see power all around us. It's in the mountains, meadows, and clouds. In fact, in every expression of nature. Yet there isn't a more dramatic display of nature's power than lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere such that when the heated air comes rushing together, we hear thunder, the applause of the gods. Lightning sharpens our senses and triggers fear and awe. We see these forked beams of brilliant light jump from the sky, and our instinctual vigilance is triggered in anticipation of the roar that follows. We naturally seek shelter from the storm, or are grateful that we are already being sheltered. This demonstration of the power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world. When we witness nature's power with open hearts and minds, we see that it is neither destructive nor constructive. It simply is. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life giving and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of the good or bad in determining your decision or actions. Through prayer and ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Wow. What does that mean to you? That is intense. So what I'm getting from it, what's coming through for me is that I am overanalyzing, or we're overanalyzing what power is available to us. And maybe we're afraid to use it. We know that it's in us. We know that it's there and there's a fear there, right? So that's stuck under the surface. The power is stuck. We're not using it. We're not using that power that's within us, that our higher self is nudging at us to, go do it, start the business, go on that trip, whatever. Bet on yourself. I think that's what's stuck. That's what's coming through for me. Let me know what you think. Okay. So warmth is the next card. How can I thaw and warm what was stuck? Let's look. Vulnerability, the meadow card. Vulnerability. Look at that. What does that look like to you? It looks like you'd have to travel through this beautiful, vulnerable meadow to finally get over that hump or that mountain. Vulnerability. So how can I thaw and warm what was stuck? Be vulnerable. Let's read. Hopefully this one isn't as long. No, I'm just kidding. I love being here with you. I just don't want to bore anyone. But no, what does the meadow mean to you? Think about it. The meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. The flowers have arranged themselves in a poetic design orchestrated by nature, and the lush rolling fields urges us to relax and stay for a while. Yet for some, the idea of being in such an open space and in an expansive meadow like this is terrifying. We may feel exposed and defenseless, lacking the perceived safety of an enclosed area. For others, walking through a meadow can be an exquisitely satisfying experience. We can feel comfortable in the openness and visibility, enjoying a 360-degree view with nothing but the sky above. Yes, we may still feel vulnerable, but with a twist. This is vulnerability built on the foundation of trust rather than fear. The capacity to trust our own instincts to tell us if there are any potential threats we must respond to. By relying on this instinctual knowing, we can relax and enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. You are in a place now where you can take risks with your feelings. And even more important, take risks with the truth of who you are. The truth you know in your heart and soul. You no longer need to be subjected to your conditions of fears of letting others know who you really are. Yes, others may judge, evaluate, criticize, and perhaps even put you down. These are very real possibilities. Yet, by trusting that you have the strength to deal with these reactions, rather than responding adaptively and always playing it safe, you can more confidently allow yourself to be vulnerable. Always holding back from expressing your truth can create an illusion of safety, but armed with your trust and your faith, you can choose to be vulnerable and share your authentic self with the world. So how does those are two perfect cards. They go hand in hand, right? So we've got power. That's stuck. We're not using our power. Why? Because we have to be vulnerable. We're scared to be vulnerable and to just open up and to trust. So we need to trust that we can be vulnerable and be our authentic selves so we can unleash this power, right? Let me know how that resonates with you. Okay, so which seeds have we planted already that have taken root? Which seeds have we planted already that have taken root? Forest, breath. This is speaking to me for sure. I don't know about you guys, but this is very much speaking to me. So our power is stuck under the ice. We're not using it. We're not unleashing it. We're worried. We're scared. We've got to be vulnerable. We've got to open up. What are we doing right now to start that? What's getting us on our way? Because we're not totally stuck. We're here, right? We're trying. So what have we done? Let's find out. Let's read a little bit more. As we make our way across the meadow, that's so weird, to the thicker parts of the forest, there's a subtle shift in the sensations of our body, one that might initially be barely perceptible, but soon becomes undeniable. It's nearly impossible not to take deeper breaths. The richness of the forest oxygen given freely and generously from the trees, the standing ones, to us, is a natural exchange for the carbon dioxide we release every time we exhale. Further, the animals of the forest participate in this exchange, as well in what is one of the most miraculous and remarkable collaborations between plants and animals that serve to help each other live and thrive. The ratio of this oxygen carbon monoxide dioxide exchange, has been in balance for millennia, but has been changing quite dramatically in the last several years as carbon dioxide levels have been rising. Yet there are many parts of the world where we can still enjoy the refreshing and revitalizing effects of an afternoon, enjoying the sights, sounds, and smells of a walk in the forest. Through prayer and action, we can express gratitude to these tree beings for the many gifts they provide, not the least of which is contributing to the very air we breathe. Things are different after a walk in the forest. Your breathing is too shallow. Although it may feel natural, it is an unhealthy habit that causes this shortness of breath. When you subconsciously shorten your breath, no matter if this is habitual or triggered by some event or circumstance, it activates certain physiological signals that prepare your system for fight or flight. Another conditioned response to perceived danger is to hold your breath. This is your survival response, although it does not serve you to do so. So breathe. Inhale deeply, regardless of your concerns, worries, or problems. Then let it go. Next, allow yourself to breathe a little deeper and slower a few times. Breathe. Remember that every breath you inhale is a gift, and every breath you exhale is a gift. The forest is a clear reminder of how this works. Wow. So I think that we're there. I think that we're taking the time to walk through the forest and take that, for me anyway. That's the one thing that I'm trying to do every day, is to sit in silence and breathe and focus on my breath. So that's what's rooting us, is our breath. Of course, the breath is the original root, the original lifeline, the original anchor. That's what's rooting us. So don't forget it. Don't lose it. The breath. Come back to the breath. That's what helps everything move forward. Okay. How can I nurture those seeds? How can I nurture? So it's seeming like we need to enhance our spiritual practice so that we can have that power and break through and be vulnerable. So how can we nurture that? Let's find out. Our fourth card. Dawn. New beginnings. Look at that beautiful card. Dawn. Who doesn't love dawn? There's always dawn after darkness. New beginnings, okay? How can I nurture those seeds? New beginnings. I don't think I've ever pulled any of these cards before, so this is really exciting for me. I'm learning. Okay, dawn. Dawn. The start of the day brings with it reassurance that the night has passed, making way for new opportunities no matter what has come before. It reminds us of the predictability of the daily cycles. That first light that forecasts the sun's appearance awakens the winged ones who sing and chirp happily at the advent of another morning. It's a time of fresh beginnings from which we can create whatever kind of experience we desire. In this image, we see rays of the sun stretching into the valley, while the sun itself peeks around the corner as if it had set its course to proceed around the bend in the river, which appears relatively still from its rest during the night. This scene exemplifies renewal and new beginnings. What a good spring card. Okay, so when you witness initial stages of dawn without the benefit of a clock or other timepiece, for a while you may not be able to discern whether the sky is really lightening. The stars remain visible and the shadows of the night still shape the landscape. It is the way with any new beginnings. It is difficult to tell where the old ends and the new begins. Gradually, however, it becomes clear to your senses that the light is definitely increasing. And as you continue to observe, the world slowly wakes up, accompanied by all the sounds, smells, and freshness associated with it. Soon the first glimmer of the sun shows. A new day has begun. It is time to say farewell to the old and honor the new by releasing any self imposed constraints or resistance to the truth that you know. This is your chance to develop that project you've been thinking about. Embark on that adventure you have dreamed of going on, and take risks in initiating what your intuitive self has been telling you to do. As this prospect becomes increasingly visible and real, doubts and uncertainties may arise. But rest assured, just as dawn inevitably turns into day, by heeding your inner guidance, you will succeed. Okay, so how can I nurture those seeds? Let go of the old and welcome in the new, welcome in the dawn. And what else do they say? Uncertainties. So let go of the uncertainties, welcome in, let go. But the main thing that I got from that, how can I nurture those seeds? Let go of the darkness. Let go of the shadows. Do the shadow work. Do the shadow work. Any day is a good day to do shadow work. Do the shadow work and open up to the dawn. Revisit those darkest parts of yourselves and give them light by nurturing them. By nurturing those seeds. How can I nurture those seeds? Nurture the dark parts so that the dawn can come in. That's what I'm getting from it. Okay. So far we have what's frozen under the ice? Power. Okay. That lack of power that we're feeling a bit helpless. How can I thaw? Being vulnerable. Walk through the meadow, be vulnerable, 365 degree, open, let it out. What am I doing right now to nurture those seeds? Breathing. And how can I nurture those seeds? Shadow work. Bring the shadows to light, okay? And have faith. Have faith that the dawn will come. Have faith it's coming, okay? Have faith. New beginnings are coming. Okay. And our last card. Where in our lives is the greatest potential for growth? It's a big one. The growth card. The shaman. The shaman card. Ancient healing wisdom. Look at that beautiful card. The shaman card. Ancient healing wisdom. Wow, that's intense. That's a big way to end this. Where in my life is the greatest potential for growth? Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom. The deep, compassionate eyes of this Native American shaman portray the wisdom of one who has seen and who knows. He has witnessed visions, spirits, suffering, and joy, and knows that everything that exists has spirit's intentionality behind it. Able to travel beyond the veil of ordinary reality, the shaman's primary assignment is to discern and maintain the balance between what his human community takes from the natural world and what it gives back. When this relationship is out of balance, the shaman must do whatever necessary to restore it. Balance equals healing. The shaman lives his life in ceremony and treats everything with reverence, including the great mystery of death and the even greater mystery of life. He works with his spirit helpers, including his ancestral spirits, to help him in his service to his people and to Earth Mother, providing a liaison between the spiritual and the physical worlds. Charged with relieving suffering as one of his priorities, the shaman does so by first always tending to the spiritual wound. The source of an illness. These healing powers have been passed along over the millennia from the ancient ones who knew the healing and curative powers of spirit. All illnesses, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, stem from an illness of spirit. It may be due to soul loss, psychic intrusions, ancestral karma, or any other spiritual causes that could be contributing to the manifest condition for which you seek help. Whatever other methodologies or remedies you pursue, whether allopathic, alternative, or a combination, let the healing of your spirit be your priority. Know that the deepest spiritual wound is the illusion of being separate from Source, God, Great Spirit, or whatever name you give the Creator. It is thick of the mind that creates this sense of separation. This is a time for deep healing, starting with your relationship with Spirit. Call upon your spirit guides and ancestors to help you with any emotional, mental, or physical healing that you need. Call upon the Creator to assist you in mending any rift in your relationship with Spirit. Choose thoughts that support wholeness and well-being. Allow any darker thoughts or shadows to appear as well, but simply observe them as they arise in consciousness, then dissolve. That's important. See yourself as healed, whole, and complete, and it shall be. Wow, what an amazing way to end that. Deepen your relationship with Spirit. See yourself as whole and complete. It's heal your shadow. Heal your shadow. Again, it came up. Heal your shadow. Okay? So let's go over this again. My greatest potential for growth here is connecting with my spirit, with my higher good, and jumping into that, okay? Whatever that means for you. But seeing yourself as healed, and it shall be. Seeing yourself as healed, and it shall be. Okay, so what is frozen under the ice? Let's do it one more time. Our power, okay, the lightning, the strength, it's there, but it's stuck. Okay? How can we warm it up? Vulnerability. Meadow, vulnerability. Where are we going? Where are we doing well? What are we doing right now? Our original lifeline, our anchor, the breath. What do we need? How can we nurture those seeds that we've planted? Do our shadow work. Okay, so when the breath gets hard and heavy, maybe it's those shadows coming up. Maybe we need to do some journaling. We need to do some Akashic record work, whatever, just sitting and meditating, whatever. But we need to bring those shadows to light. We need to bring them to the dawn. We need to welcome them in so that new beginnings can happen. And where in my life is the greatest potential for growth? Connecting to my spirit, connecting to my higher self. Okay? Connecting to whatever in my heart makes my heart smile, whatever our higher good is. Okay? And believing that we're healed. Manifesting that. Doing the shadow work. Again, this is a shadow work card. So I hope this resonates with you. And if it doesn't, like I said, eat the fruit, spit the seeds, take what works for you. This work is resonating for me. My energy is definitely in it, but it doesn't need to resonate for you. But if it did, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to write me in the chat or on Instagram, TikTok, social media, whatever. Okay. Have a great full moon, and hopefully we talk soon. Just keep manifesting whatever you want to bring into your life. Like I said, a lot of balance, harmony, but shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. breathing. Get that power, unleash that power. Vulnerability is the key. Bye, guys.